back with one of the last videos. Getting into it. It's from a male's perspective this time. So the guy started out talking about what's up. He sent that at 9:56 p.m. That's a little late.
Ain't that
That's
late?
a little late.
Not
4 minutes from 10. It's a little late.
Everybody's still up, but okay.
And then she said, "Yo, you still up?" That was at 11:42 p.m. Normally, as a female, you try not to respond back too late because you don't want guys to get the wrong vibe or think you just on that type of time. He said, "I don't tire easily." She said, "Okay, good, because my girls and I doing a little safe." He said, "Tell him you're meeting a cute Christian guy from Christian Mingle."
Hey, that's a bar. I'm gonna tell you why that's a bar, because look, that's the whole kill. He hitting her up at night. She talking about she doing a safe. He telling her, tell your friends you mean a cute guy from Christian Mingle, knowing darn well he ain't on no Christian Mingle. You know what I'm saying? So that's hilarious, bro. Like, that's funny. I'm giving that's a good bar right there. And oh yeah, for the backstory, cuz he told me that he got her number off a dating app. I'm telling you, if you work on your, you know what I'm saying, take the right type of pictures, you can still pull off dating apps. All right, so then what she said after that?
Then she said, "Laugh my ass off. They might actually be believable. I'm crazy enough to try Christian Mingle, LOL."
He hooping, see? Because only crazy people be on Christian Mingle. I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather meet a girl off Tinder than Christian Mingle.
I think there's a lot of wholesome people on Christian Mingle.
Maybe.
I'm not on Christian Mingle, but I think there would be.
Okay.
And he said, "What time you think y'all finish?" And she said, "You're gonna hate me, I know, because I fell asleep." She texted him back, that's 2:47 in the afternoon. So she didn't wake up to 2:47. And then he didn't respond back. She texted back again at 6:09 and said, "So you hate me," with the little monkey.
And that's good hoops, bro. Like, as soon as a girl say something like, "You're gonna hate me," bro, she already know what she did wrong. I ain't gonna lie. Girls know when they be tripping, so she already knew. But at the same time, it's not that big of a deal, bro. So let's see. Cuz probably wasn't affected.
He said, "Depending on your company, you could possibly," in all caps, "be forgiven."
Cuz hooping. Cuz you gotta let them know. Like, forgiveness, only God forgives. Only God forgives all the time. As a man, bro, sometimes you gotta forgive selectively. Forgiveness selectively. So cuz hooping a little bit.
She said possibly, and he said maybe there is a chance. I'll have to see when I see you.
Okay, cuz
I think that was okay.
But
I do think the possibly could be forgiven. I think that was a little bit sassy. Okay. I feel like a little bit.
A little bit sassy. That's fair.
Yeah. And then she said, "If I call, you gonna answer." And then she edited to, "If I call you, you gonna answer, question mark."
Okay.
And he said, "Yeah." And she loved the message. So I don't know if they had the phone call or not.
They probably called or something like that.
They probably called, okay. Then she said, "How was your day today?" And he said, "It was good, but night's still young. How about you?" I don't really like the night's too young. Like, I feel like it's given, like, you want to only talk at night. And that he just kind of gives, like, DTF. Like, that's what he's trying to do.
I'm going to say this, though, right from a male perspective. The only thing, see, look, there's a reason why I like the night's still young. It's because at the same time, bro, like, just because, like, what time did cuz send us? I don't know. But just because, like, it's late at night, that doesn't mean y'all can't vibe or still do something. Like, so sometimes you got to let shorty know the night's still young. Because she might think, see, the only thing is you don't want the girl to think that you're just asleep at 10 p.m. every single day. Because then she going to be like, well, like, because then she won't be able to hit you up at late at night. Like, I get what you're saying, but if a girl thinks like, oh, well, I know he always goes to sleep at 10 p.m. because he has to wake up for school at 8 a.m., then she gonna be like, if it's 11 p.m., she gonna be like, damn, I would hit up bro, but he sleeps, so let me hit up bro. So you don't want her to hit up the other dude instead of you. So you gotta let her know, like, look, just because it's the nighttime, I'm still up. Just in case.
No, I get that a little bit more. Like, I feel like it does give a little bit, like, mysterious, and rather talk to the guy than talk to another guy. Yeah. And just being available, like, you know, and if they could just be wandering or just out doing errands, like whatever they gotta do. Yeah. Not really that it has to be sexual. And then he said, "How about you?" She said, "I got some well-needed rest." Then he said, "So you're saying you won't fall asleep tonight?" Question mark.
Hey, look, he holding. Hey, cuz is hooping. I ain't gonna lie, cuz is hooping because she fell asleep the last time, so she talking about she got some little need to rest. All right, so you ain't finna fall asleep again. Cuz is hooping.
She said, "LOL, no. I slept until 2 p.m. and then took a nap, so I'm wide awake." And the "so I'm wide awake" was a different message. So I feel like
Yeah.
she was kind of like, you know, I'm available to you type of thing.
Yeah,
that's kind of what
no,
it
yeah, that's key. That's what. See, that's the thing. She was kind of communicating because girls, especially if you feel me, y'all haven't got it in yet, or she don't know if you're like she don't know she hasn't had like a full read on you. She not gonna just tell you straight up like you want to come over. She's gonna try to feel you out to see if you're gonna press the subject. So then that's what Cuz said. He said, "I got something that could tire you out." Look,
that I don't think that was an F. That was an F. Like, I feel like that already gives like sexual. Like, unless you're trying to have like a midnight workout session, like not sexual,
hey, that could
you
be
know.
a workout though.
But that's not good.
My only thing is this, right? So when you say I got something to get tired of, the reason why I say that's good hoops, that's ethical hoops, is because, you know what I'm saying? She said she wide awake. He just saying I got something to get tired. He not saying what it is. He just saying I got something to get tired out. So then, you know what I'm saying? You can still pivot. So if she says, well, what do you mean by that? You look, you know what I'm saying? You can kind of feel it out based on how she responds. Because she said, is that so? With the question mark, he said only one way to find out. She hearted the message.
It kind of seemed like she was playing on to, like, she wanted to find out a little
what
bit.
It was.
And she was into the mystery.
You know what I'm saying?
And she put a little Beyonce gif with like you gotta drop it in there.
Oh yeah,
she gonna drop it.
I'm gonna show you. But see, look, and this boy, the reason why I like how this subscriber is hooping is he's playing risk on. Cause I'm gonna tell you, bro, the worst thing to do is to play without the risk on. If you play without your risk on, the girl either gonna get bored, she's gonna think, this guy, he kind of a wussy. Like, so even though, yeah, some of the shots he's taking are kind of risky, I ain't gonna lie. Like, this shit is hella risky. Cause he talking about, I got something that could tire you out. You know what I'm saying? And then after she sent to Beyonce, he sent the eggplant emoji. So he pulling up, he's testing the heat. But look, sometimes like you gotta test it. If you feel like you already getting good rapport with her, don't keep like, what if he texted her some shit like, only one way to find out, she sends the Beyonce emoji and he's like, oh, I can be your Jay-Z. Like, oh, hell nah, bruh. Hell nah. At a certain point, you gotta see if the bucket's gonna go in the hoop.
Well, the GIF kind of gave like, oh, okay, like what you talking about? Like, that's what it was kind of giving.
That's what it was giving. Okay.
And then he sent the eggplant at 10:10, just the eggplant. And she said, I don't have sex with strangers. And I feel like that was a good message. I do think it was a little contradictory on the girl's side a little bit. I do think it's good that she set that boundary at the end. But I do think she did kind of give that, like, she was kind of going for it. Because she already said, is that so? Question mark. And liking only one way to find out. So it did kind of seem like she was kind of down for it. But I do think it was a little bit, like, blunt. Like, even if she was, that eggplant's kind of, like, self-explanatory. So I think for her self-esteem, she probably wasn't going to go for that. Like, oh, he just... So I think she wanted to kind of play the long game.
No, yeah. So she kind of hit you with like with the with a little bit of a wall there and shit like that. And then let me see what Cuz say. Oh, she said you're gonna have to graft a little more than that with like the monkey shit like that. So, but see, she just told you she just told you with her doing the monkey face emoji and shit like that. She's basically saying what she's really telling you when she says that is, I don't want you to think I have sex with strangers. In my opinion, that's what she's telling you. Like, she don't want you to think that she just doing that all the time. So I think that's what bro took it as, because he said, yeah, me either. I'm not some kind of sex object. That's a good line, bro, because sometimes you gotta let the girl know, like, I'm not a sex object. So that's a good, because the girl, she reading it, the girl, she thinking like, okay, cause he just a sex object, he's a sex fiend. Sometimes you gotta let her know, like, hold on, So he hooping a little bit, and then she said, I would hope not, with the crying, laughing emoji. I'm going to take a shower. You smoke.
And I also think that as well, like, it was kind of like, ladies, I think we need to set the bar a little bit higher. Because you came on with the boundary. I don't have sex with strangers. Great. Like, to each his own. If you do that, you do that. If you don't, you don't. But I think that was setting a boundary, which was great. And then, with the little monkey emoji after that, I think you kind of just, played into it again. And then I'm gonna take a shower. So I feel like you know what you do. Like, no one just says I'm gonna take a shower. Like, you kind of want that person to know after they just gave you an eggplant. You're not just gonna say that randomly and think that person's not thinking about you in a sexual way. So I feel like you purposely meant to put that in this.
Yeah, so Cuz was open. All right, and then she said, "You smoke?" He said, "Sometimes." And then she said, "Okay, we don't have to. I just have a spiff already rolled." Okay, and see, look, you know what I like about what bro did? Because at first he tried to hit you. She tried to hit him with the "I don't have sex with strangers." Like, whoa, you doing too much. And then he said, "I'm not a sex object." Now, look, I'm gonna say this, bro. If you are a sex object, then stay on that. But sometimes you gotta let the girl know, like, it's cool. We could just vibe. Whatever happens, happens. And that's what Cuz is doing. So I feel like that's why he's hooping. So then he said, sometimes she said, "Okay, we don't have to. I had a split roll." He said, "No, that's cool with me." She said, "Okay, I'll call you when I'm out the shower and you could Uber." And then he said, "That's a bet." And then she said, "I'm not bailing or asleep. I'm almost ready." So this is awesome. She communicating. She telling you, you know what I'm saying? Don't fall asleep on me yet. Don't call another girl yet. I'm still on the way. I'm still coming. You feel me? And then he said, "Just say some of the split for me." So he Cuz joking a little bit, I feel like. All right, boom. And then she sent her address. And then he said, "I think I prefer you come here if that's okay with you." That's what she said. So look, sometimes you got to come to the girl. Sometimes you can't. Look, that's the thing. Sometimes you got to come to the girl, bro. So that's awesome. And then he said, "All right, that's cool. Be there in 20. And did she say where she live? The tower or something? And just FYI, when you get here, he said, "Bet. Text me when you downstairs." Whoop-de-whoop. All right, boom. So it looks like they was linking. All right, so after the link, it looked like she said, "You made it home all right?" Awesome. You know what I'm saying? That's good. That showed that the girl, she kind of cared. So, bro, you know what I'm saying? You probably was hitting the right angles. You know what I'm saying? Geometry. All right, and then he said, "Yeah, enjoy your day. Like I enjoyed last night." Then she sent some pictures. He said, "Mucho delicioso." I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it's a little bit corny. Mucho delicioso is crazy. But all right, she hearted that, and then she said, "How was your day? Was good. Continue my plan for world domination." All right, I mean that's funny, I guess. All right, boom, and it looked like y'all kind of fell off, bro. So she said it was good. I chilled, went to dinner with my friend.
So you left your boxers here, and then he said, shaking my head, that was my favorite pair. So I don't know if he did that as like a power move, like he purposely meant to leave them, because I mean, you should only have one pair. Like unless you packed a spend the night bag. Like I don't know what he did, but
Cuz left the boxers. That's crazy.
So I don't know if it was like marketing territory type of thing.
Hey, look, sometimes, I get it though. Sometimes you just leave in commando. Who knows? Maybe somebody was knocking on the door. "Hey, what's Shorty doing in there?" He had to just dip out. All right, boom. So he said that was my favorite pair. She said, "I won't hold them hostage. Good, because I don't negotiate with terrorists. I would have came in blasted." She said, "Nah, I'm a terrorist. LOL." He said, "Maybe, but I'll take the risk. The boxers mean too much to me." And then she put haha. And then he said, "You been behaving." And then it looks like she didn't respond to that, bro. So
yeah, he did double, like he triple text.
He did triple text, but that's how you know that it was probably it was probably fire. That's probably why he was triple texting. So I ain't gonna hold that against you that you was triple texting her a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give him an A- only because it looks like they hung out. They both had a great time, but towards the end, it looked like he wasn't letting stuff progress naturally. The only thing, like if you meet a girl and you have interactions with her really quickly, the only thing you have to be careful of is you don't want her to think that you're only with her just for the punani, or else she gonna put it like, or else, because this is what happen. If you give you the punani quickly and then you don't show her that you're with more than just the punani, she's now gonna pull a complete 180 on you, and she gonna withdraw completely to just, I don't know. I feel like that's what could happen. But if she give you punani quickly, that's awesome. But now you need to like show her like a different side of you and show her like some type of care and all that. That way her ego won't like start playing games in her head. I feel like, I don't know though.
Yeah, I do think she was a little bit dry after, after they linked up. So I don't know if the experience was maybe like not good, or like what? Because also,
Maybe,
you know, she sent pictures of herself. So I don't know if he asked her to send the pictures, but I feel like it could have been reciprocated a little. Like she could have been like, you know, you send some too or something.
That's real.
So.
That's real. But yeah, I give him an A- overall, because it's hooping.
Yes. So that overall, I give it a C.
Give it a C.
And I think from her as well, I give her a C- as well.
C-, okay.
Because I just feel like it just depends on what we're going based off of. Guys, I think you need to come in with an intention. If it's just for sex, if it's for a relationship, or like what you're looking for. So I think, did he accomplish his personal mission? If that was his mission to get what he wanted and to smash, then yeah, sure, he accomplished his mission. But as far as, you know, intentionality and just, you know, just overall respect, I just think it wasn't there on either one of their sides.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I feel like, I mean, based on what we saw, just grading his test game, I feel like he texted. His test game was good, though. I feel like he did the right thing. I get what you're saying. I feel like he could have maybe done better on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Like, after you link with her, you still got to text her the right type of way. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, don't make her think she's just a number or anything like that, right? So that's why I gave him an A- to maybe B+. C, though, C is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But female perspective, though, right? So I understand.
It was a C.
C, okay.
Do better. Guys and girls, do better.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, so we got another beautiful young lady sending us a message to the channel. We appreciate the ladies too. All right, cool. So her thing was this year I really want to prioritize my mental health and focus on things that will elevate me. All right, so she's
well, that's his answer.
Oh shit! That's how you know. I don't really be on the dating apps like that. I'm an innocent guy, you know. I don't know how to read this. All right, boom. So that's what he said, and then she liked the answer. So that's good, bro. That's good. And then she said, he said breathtaking beauty. All right, she said, LOL, thank you, with the heart emoji. I'm gonna say this. Look, every other dude is always complimenting a girl on her looks. They hear that shit all the time, especially if they look good. But at the same time, you can't go wrong saying that. Like, it's fine to say. Just don't press it too much. All right. And then he said, are you a model? ? She said, LOL, no, I'm not a model. And then he said, you're built like one. You should try it out.
I think that was a good
that's cute.
compliment. You know?
Yeah. That's cute. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then she said, LOL, thank you, love. I really appreciate it. With the heart emoji, and then he hearted that, and then he said, you're very welcome, love. She hearted that, so that's good. You know what I'm saying?
It's like equal reciprocation. You know, she's feeling what you're saying.
Equal reciprocation. She feeling what he's saying, so he hooping a little bit, and she rocking with it. All right, cool. And then he said, how are you doing today? She said, I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Okay, so, and this is good, bro. It's always good. Now, even though sometimes I ain't gonna lie, girls, they be asking, how are you? It gets really annoying. It gets extremely annoying when girls ask, how are you every single day? It's like, bro, I was fine yesterday. I'm fine today. But it is good, though, if she's asking you that. If she doesn't care about how you're doing at all, it's not a good sign. All right, so he said, I'm good. Apologies for the late replies. I've been super busy. It's good to be busy, bro. So she said, it's okay. Morning. And then he said, what are you up to today, beautiful? Look, everybody hoop different. So he's like, he's going deep into like the love, beautiful. Yeah, I can't knock it. Like, girls do like to hear compliments at the end of the day. So like I told y'all, sometimes you don't need to give a girl a compliment every single message, but she's responding, it's working. So sometimes like it's okay to be that type of expressive guy. I feel like, you feel me? Like, only things I feel like if you get too many compliments, then the girl's gonna start to devalue your compliments, because like you say this all the time.
No, I definitely agree.
You feel
with
me?
that.
That's the only thing.
Yeah, but I do think it should be like not just the physical. I think there should be compliments to other places. Just about the overall person, which I feel like it's not really like genuine until you actually get to like know that person. Then it's like, okay, you actually know that person. You could actually give an actual compliment.
That's real.
So
that's real. All right, boom. So then shorty, she said, just churching a little while and grabbing some food. What about you? He said, I'm actually in an online service right now. Is he talking about like a church service?
I think
you think so?
Let me see what day this was. Yeah, it's on a Sunday,
It's
so
on
I'm
Sunday.
assuming they talking about.
Okay, so that's probably what he's talking about. All right, it's good. So they, you know what I'm saying? So he's showing that he's on the same type of, what's the word, activities and everything like that. And then he said, then I'll cook later on. She said, okay, that's nice. All right, cool. So, she's kind of rocking with him. And then he said, hey, what you been up to? Nothing wrong with that, bro. But you know me, I don't be double texting. But she said, hey, just working, doing assignments. How about you? All right, boom. So she probably was busy. But again, there's nothing wrong with asking a girl, what she's been up to. But texting a girl on a Monday, I don't know. And then he said, I've been super busy. I think it's about time you give me your number.
I didn't really like that with the dates. From her perspective, I feel like that's like a 2-week difference. Exactly like 2 weeks. The first and then May 14th. So I feel like you can't just jump right in like they gotta give you their number like after you've been MIA for 2 weeks.
That's right.
Like, because like you had all the compliments and then you wait 2 weeks. So really, if they're that stunning or that beautiful like you're claiming, then I feel like you should have been more interactive with them and kept it going or like checked in more. But I get it, it's a dating app, so it's like you never really.
Yeah, like my only thing when he said, hey, what you been up to? Like instead of saying that, I would have been, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I would have tried to get the number that same day. As soon as she said, hey, just working, doing assignments, how about you? Get the number, get the Instagram, get something to take them off the app. So it's good that eventually he said, I've been super busy, and we all be busy. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sometimes a girl messaged me on a dating app, I might not respond until 2 weeks later. I get what you're saying, and you right. But sometimes people be busy, though. Like, sometimes I might not get the chance to even open up the app. Or I might forget, you know what I'm saying? So it's different. And then he said, I think it's about time you give me your number. Or something. Wait, hold on. Yeah. And then she said, okay. Will you be consistent in text though? Did I skip something? I guess he already asked for the number before, and she must have not given it to him or something. All right, boom. So then he said, yes, I pinky promise. All right, pinky promise.
I think that's
is crazy.
cute.
Oh well, girls think it's cute. You know what cute means?
Like
guys?
When you put the little finger emoji.
Oh, he put the finger emoji. Yeah, that's cute, guys. That's real cute.
Not believable, but it's cute.
It's cute. All right, and then she said, and then she sent a number, and he said, seems like you don't believe me. All right, boom. So look, at the end of the day, bro, he got the number. So you know what I'm saying? He was hooping. He got the number. He was hooping. The girl, she just sent this message just to show you, bro. Like, girls get a lot of messages every single day. So appreciate her sending me the message to, I think I give the dude, I'll give him like a, I give him like a B plus. I give him a B plus. B plus to me though, from a male perspective.
I give him a B. I gave him a B.
Give him a B plus.
I do think the difference in time, like I do think everyone's busy, but I do think if you're actually trying to talk to someone, I do think it should be more consistent.
Okay.
And I think that's why at the end she was saying something about, will you be consistent in text though? Like it's kind of like, what's the point of giving you the number if you're not going to be that consistent? But I understand like that probably will make him more consistent by giving the number and respond back. But
type shit.